Hey guys, what's going on? It's Russell again. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you want to get tons of different content on stock alert services, different reviews, different courses that I review. And today I'm actually looking at an ebook by Kevin Trades from Trader Circle X. So you guys that have been following the channel for a while will probably have seen the video that I did on this or seen the blog post. This is it here. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and check it out. Basically, this is a Discord service that Kevin and one other guy, Muna here or something else, forget his name. Let's find him here. Me here, that's right. Is basically they founded this. It's one of the best Discords around. And I thought I'd cover a little bit of it again today and talk about the book that I bought from Kevin Trades, or Kevin. I think his real name's actually Albert, but I'll get to that in a second. So, Trader Circle X is a Discord, like I said. The founders are me here and Albert Sapau. This is Sampau. He calls himself Kevin, though. So these guys are usually day and swing traders, technical traders. They do pretty well. I'm going to focus on Kevin for today. You can go and check out this article if you want to read more about me here. So Kevin is a really interesting character. He's from Indonesia 22 years ago, but he came to the US when he was just 8. So he lives in LA, just in the valley. Like I said, I used to live there, and it's a cool place to live, but it seems like he kind of went to the dark side of the valley with drugs and drinking and basically in high school, which eventually ended up with him serving time in prison. So about 3 years. I read somewhere, I think it was more like 10 years was the sentence, but he got it down to 3 years by the looks of it. So that on the face of it is usually a huge red flag, right? But the more you look into this guy and the more you like trade with him and see his trade interviews and things, the more you start to realize that it's not actually that relevant. People change. This guy seems to be a legitimate trader. And I actually took a trade with them overnight. The other night it was NDX. Let's pull it up. NDX. So let me just put this on the 5-minute. So he took NDX on this day. Around here, I think I got the same options as he did at $6, and this thing just gapped up and ran, and the same options were worth $100 at the peak the next day. Amazing, right? So that got me sort of thinking I should probably do a bit more coverage or reviews of this guy, just because he made me so much money on that move up overnight, which wasn't intuitive to me, but clearly it was to him. I mean, he had seen it sold off a bit and recovered, but I don't think he really expected it to gap up this big either. But you can see he kind of might expect it to fill this gap to like this level, but it really just took off, partly because the markets were recovering so hard, as everybody, like all the main players in Wall Street, were covering their shorts and things. So anyway, that's what got me back onto Kevin from TCX. Yeah, so this is him. He only started in 2018, which initially put me off a bit too, because that really isn't that much time, right? A few years. But he's clearly a hardworking guy. I watched some of his video interviews that he done. I don't know if I've got any of them in here. Should probably put one in. It was really motivating. It doesn't look like I have anything in here. I'll put it in before I post this this video, because it's basically an interview with him, and you can tell the guy's legit and has worked really hard and is a proper entrepreneur, rather than some, shady character. Anyway, today I just wanted to talk about a book that I got from him. It is called How to Grow a Trading Account. So this guy's claim to fame is he is really consistent at trading. So it took him a few years to get there, but now he basically is like super consistent, and he's an expert at taking small accounts and turning them into larger accounts. So obviously this would appeal to me, right? How to Grow a Trading Account by Kevin. $100 apparently down to $49. In this guide I'll teach you the key of growing your trading account and how to be profitable consistent in the stock market. So if we go to his website, which is here, it's a link tree thing. You can see the different things he has here. So Trade With Me Daily, that's just a link to TCX Discord. Join my trading team, I think it's the same thing. And then he has these different books. I don't know what Bored Ape Yacht Club is. Well, let's have a look. See what it is. Alright, so have a look here. OpenSea. Buy now. Interesting. Okay, well, he has that, and he has all these different books. So I've only had a chance to review this one, how to grow a trading account, but you can see his other ones, calculated risk trading book. He has a free one, this one free mini book. It's really simple. It's just terms of trading, like what's an option, what's a call option, what's a put option, stuff. Yeah, and then so he has this interview. It's the same one I watched. Yeah, so you should go and check out this interview. It made me really trust the guy a lot more. That and his awesome trading record, track record. Now I've tested some of his alerts out for a bit longer. So anyway, onto the actual ebook. So we can find it in my browser here. Here it is. So here is his ebook, How to Grow Your Trading Account. So my initial impression was quite bad, just because he hasn't taken the time and effort to format the title, right? You'd think that would be a nice big title. Initially the quality feels a little low, right? That's not something you really want to see as soon as you open one of these things. Not that it really matters, because the content's what matters, but the formatting stuff kind of gives you a first impression. It's not exactly overwhelmingly positive. And unfortunately that kind of thing is just throughout the whole thing, is just you see it over and over again. Like, he definitely hasn't written this like a professional writer, which is not what you'd really expect him to anyway. There's a lot of typos and weird uses of capitals and stuff, but the most important thing is, and the reason this guy has credibility, is things like this. So here's this equity curve for just one of his accounts, and you can see in just like a month it went from like nothing to like $250,000. Nothing's probably like 40,000 or something, 10,000 or something there. Look at that. I mean, that's crazy. And people that are in TCX see him do this, so it's not like it's made up or anything, but 1 month, I mean, isn't that crazy? So then he mentions that, if he wasn't consistent, his equity curve would have more ups and downs to it, rather than being straight up with one or two little pullbacks. Still, drawdowns are normal. I don't really see his point there that much. So the book basically covers trading psychology, so I really didn't know what to expect when I got this book. I thought it was maybe going to give a strategy or something. There wasn't much in the synopsis on it here to tell you what to expect. But, my initial impression was quite bad, I have to admit. I wasn't super impressed. I was like, not well written, kind of basic information. But the more that I went through it, the more that I realized that actually there's decent value. There's golden nuggets in here that can help people, especially if you're new. You want to read this book because it goes into the main reasons that people fail. And I think that's super important. There's no strategy in it whatsoever. He mentions some of the time frames that he prefers to use, and some of the basic charting, but it's really basic. It's nothing fancy at all, which is good, because sometimes simpler is better and it doesn't overwhelm you. If this is a book that you're looking to learn strategy from, then don't buy it, because it really doesn't cover that. It covers the core essence of being a successful, consistent trader. And some of it might seem very simple and obvious, but simple and obvious doesn't always mean easy, right? I mean, it can be hard to not cut your losses fast, and sometimes you just need a reminder. Somebody telling you, look, this is what happened, this is why I had to cut this loss. So overall, going through it a few times and talking to my friend Josh about it, I figured that it probably actually is worth the $49.99. I'll give you a quick preview of some pages here. Let's see. So he talks a lot about risk management, super important. And that really is the heart of the book. So shows a couple of simple patterns. So one thing that I like is he is all about multiple time frames and multiple confirmations of a move. So he loves to stack time frames and stack confirmation patterns to give him the absolute highest probability of winning a trade. So that's something that I really do like about the book. It reinforces that in my head, at least. Just go down a little bit more and go to the last page. So yeah, so he finishes the book with this phrase which really sums up the whole book. Remember, to be consistent and profitable is not about charts and technical analysis. It's all about your mindset and your psychology. So if you are interested in looking through a book like this, I would go and buy it. I'll leave a link to my full Trader Circle X article so that you can go and check out some of the trades, the track records, things like that. And also there'll be a link in here to go and buy that book or to check out some of his other books. Alright, hopefully that was helpful. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.